Sometimes the silence of a woman is louder than a scream. You feel it in the pit of your chest, that ache, that confusion, that unanswered message, that shift in her energy. You ask yourself 1,000 times, what did I do? Why did she pull away? Why does she look at me like she's hiding something behind her eyes? Why is the one who once cared now acting like I'm invisible? And what if I told you she's not ignoring you because she doesn't care? She's ignoring you because she cares more than she can handle. Not every woman runs away from love because she doesn't feel it. Sometimes she runs because it's the only way she can survive it. There's a story that echoes in the hearts of many, but is rarely spoken aloud. There was once a man named Zane, strong, composed, quiet in the way only deeply present men are. He met Isla on a rainy afternoon. She was laughter in disguise, mystery wrapped in warmth. They spoke like old souls meeting after lifetimes apart. The connection wasn't forced. It just was, and every time their eyes met, something in both of them softened. But then she disappeared, he texted. No reply, he waited. No call. Weeks passed, and her absence grew louder than her presence ever was. But he didn't chase, he didn't get angry, he didn't spiral. He remained grounded, though his heart ached. And one evening, when the city was quiet and the sky heavy with stars, Isla returned. Eyes wet, breath shallow, voice trembling. "You make me feel everything I've buried," she whispered. That was all he needed to hear. It wasn't him she was escaping. It was herself, her own flood of emotions, her own haunted past, the memory of being open before, and being broken because of it. That kind of love, the kind Zane showed her, was unfamiliar. And the unfamiliar often feels unsafe when you've lived in pain too long. Women don't ignore you because you're not enough. They ignore you because they're overwhelmed by the gravity of what they feel, by the weight of what it could become, because love, real love, doesn't knock politely. It breaks down doors, it exposes wounds, and when a woman isn't ready to face all that rises inside her when she's with you, she pulls away, even if her heart longs to stay. What hurts the most is the silence, the unanswered questions, the waiting without explanation. But in that silence, something deeper is happening. She's not testing you for fun. She's observing, watching your response. Not because she wants to manipulate, but because she's terrified to hope again. She wants to see if you'll panic, beg, pressure her, or disappear like the rest. What she's really asking without words is, are you safe? Her ignoring you isn't punishment. It's protection. She's putting on armor, not because you wounded her, but because she's afraid you might. Every time she's loved deeply before, she's paid the price. Betrayal, rejection, abandonment, so now even love feels dangerous. Even kindness feels suspicious. When she ignores you, it's not because she doesn't think of you. In fact, she probably thinks of you more than you think of her. It's just that thinking of you brings up too much emotion, too much vulnerability, too much risk. Her nervous system is in survival mode. Her heart wants to run to you. Her fear wants to run away. And your job is not to chase. It's not to fix her. It's not to decode her silence like it's a riddle. Your job is to stay grounded, stay composed, stay whole. You don't lose your identity just because she's confused about hers. You don't beg someone who's overwhelmed. You give them space and honor your own time. You return to your purpose. You don't spiral into questions like, what's wrong with me? Or why doesn't she care? You stop assuming her behavior defines your worth. You remember, people can love you deeply and still struggle to love themselves enough to receive what you offer. And so many women are loving in silence, not with words, but with restraint, because love has never been kind to them. Because vulnerability once cost them everything, because opening up feels like tearing down a wall they spent years building. It's not your job to tear it down, it's your role to remain unshaken, to be so centered in who you are that her storm doesn't pull you under. And sometimes that means letting her walk away, letting her ignore you, letting her retreat, not with bitterness, not with guilt, but with quiet strength, with a silent knowing that if she sees peace in your presence, she'll come back. And if she doesn't, it was never yours to begin with. Don't let her silence become your self-doubt. Don't let her distance become your disorder. You can love deeply and still walk away with dignity. You can care with every fiber of your being and still not abandon your inner peace. That's what true strength is. Understand this. When she ignores you while loving you, she's at war within herself. It has nothing to do with your value. It has everything to do with her wounds. And when a woman's heart is healing, even love feels like a threat. Your kindness might feel like pressure, your affection might feel like risk, your stability might feel foreign. You don't need to convince her to stay, you don't need to argue your worth, you simply need to be the kind of man whose peace cannot be disturbed by someone else's uncertainty. She will remember how you made her feel, especially when she was unsure. And if you were calm, composed, and secure, that will echo louder than any message you could have sent. You must also remember that not every woman who walks away will return. And that's okay, because your life doesn't end when someone pulls away. Your story doesn't stop because a chapter closes. You are not here to wait endlessly for someone who is still learning how to receive love. You're here to become love itself, to master your own emotions, to grow so strong within that no silence, no distance, no confusion can take away your clarity. This isn't about pretending not to feel. This is about honoring what you feel without letting it rule you. This is about being powerful without being controlling, about being patient without being passive, about being open without being empty. And when she sees that, when she realizes your love wasn't loud but deep, wasn't needy but steady, wasn't forceful but free, it may break her silence, and if it doesn't, you'll still be standing tall, whole, and healed. That is the highest form of power, to care without crumbling, to feel without faltering, to lose someone without losing yourself. Let her remember your stillness. Let her be haunted by how peaceful you were while she was torn. Let her recall the way you didn't chase, didn't beg, didn't guilt-trip, but simply remained rooted in your worth, because that's the kind of man no one forgets, the one who didn't try to fix her, the one who didn't punish her, the one who understood that love, when it's real, doesn't have to be forced. It returns, not because it was chased, but because it was safe to come home to. So when a woman you know loves you starts to ignore you, stay calm. Stay kind, stay true, let her have her space, and fill yours with purpose, because real love doesn't ask you to abandon yourself. It asks you to become so steady that others find peace just by being around you. And sometimes, the one who walks away in fear is the same one who comes back in awe, not because you chased, but because you didn't. Thank you.